Hello again, viewers, and welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. My name is Solomon, as usual. Mr. Chama, Nakamnak.
Boy, I'm good, man. It's been a while. It's like we have not recorded
Yeah,
for a minute, right?
that's how it feels like. I think we've had like a week break, right? So it kind of, I don't know why it always seems like it's longer than a week, but yeah, you're
And
right.
yeah, and the funny thing is, the game week that we last recorded for is still ongoing.
Yeah, I know the double game weekend. There's still one more
Yeah,
game to go, which is I think it's tomorrow, right? Tomorrow?
yeah, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay.
it will be tomorrow.
Yeah, so we are recording double game week 25 preview. Time check is what? It's about 10:13 here on Monday, the 10th of February. What's the timestamp over there in Japan?
That is 3:13. Yeah, 3:14 just now. In the afternoon. Yeah, a little
Wow,
bit.
it's like almost
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It was
many
a
hours.
sunny day today. It was nice outside. Yeah, a lot of hours. Is it 14
Uh,
hours? I think
I
difference.
think I was almost 14 hours. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we just dive right in. We won't do the mini league update today because obviously the game is still ongoing and a few chips
Yeah,
have been played, so it's going to be a very high scoring game week this week. Already you can
yeah,
see. Yeah. First things first. I think we can share some of the fixtures so far. I mean the results actually.
yeah. Let's look at the
The game week
results.
this far. Yeah. Let's look at the results. Okay. The first game week of the week. Nottingham Forest 7, Brighton 0. So I think they actually got their payback.
Yeah,
Because
definitely. That was a big BB.
they got their payback. They got their payback for being beaten. I think by losing. Was it last game week or something? I think
Yeah, they lost 5-0
Bournemouth
to Bournemouth, and
5-0
then
to Bournemouth, and then yeah,
yeah, but I think Brighton actually beat Bournemouth too very heavily this season. So if you look at the merry-go-round, Brighton beat
I
Brighton
think yeah,
heavily,
you're right. You're right.
and then
I didn't
Bournemouth beat Nottingham Forest heavily. Nottingham Forest do the same thing on on Brighton. So those three teams, those three teams are kind of similar in a
around the
way,
same, yeah, around the same, yeah,
around the same range, and
strength.
then
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. I think you guys showed them who's boss because Bournemouth they were on a run. Like how many
they were on
games?
a good run. Yeah, I think they went 11 games without losing. Ahead of that game.
Yeah,
So yeah, Liverpool put in I think a professional performance that day. It
yeah,
was a
but
good one. But yeah,
good
since
one.
then it has been mixed feeling for us. But we will talk about that later.
Yeah, Everton 4, Leicester 0. Another Moyes masterclass, of course. He's back, and I was talking to you. I just saw their new stadium. I think things are looking up. For Everton, they didn't start off well this season. Obviously, fired their
Mhm.
coach and everything. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think that news there is actually why they don't want to get relegated. So they will put everything on it. Imagine if they
they
get
can't
relegated
afford
in the year that
they
they,
can't
yeah.
they cannot afford to do that. Yeah, especially now that they've invested so heavily in that. There's no way they need to
Mhm.
stay up. But it so
Yeah,
happens that the three teams that they promoted this season and are doing terribly.
terribly bad.
So
Yeah,
I don't think anybody has to worry. Even ManU, I was even looking at the relegation battle. I was like, man, I don't want to fall into
Spurs
that.
have to worry those
That's
Spurs.
how bad both teams are, ManU and Spurs. But yeah, we will talk about that since we are playing next, anyways. Ipswich 1, Southampton 2, Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. Which is a very surprising one. At home, Newcastle lost to Fulham, which is very weird.
Yeah.
Fulham don't
But
usually give us
that's back-to-back losses for them at home. Fulham are kind of a difficult team to play against. But yeah,
yeah,
Newcastle should have been the better team in that one. So
yeah.
Newcastle, yeah, you would have predicted Newcastle to win. But that's back-to-back losses at home because they lost last week to Bournemouth 4-1, and then I mean the previous game week 24. It's not last week; it's like ages ago. And then they lost
Wow.
this game week
Newcastle.
to yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit strange because they usually do well, have a run of 4 games, and then they go to a slump. I hope it's not a slump anyway, but it's just 2 games. Even though they
All
won the
right,
cup against
yeah, they
Arsenal.
won in the cup. They show they bounce back in the cup. So that's why there's a lot of things that happened since this game week happened.
A lot, yeah, it seems like a long
Yeah,
time ago. Yeah, just to refresh people's memory. But yeah, Wolves 2, Aston Villa.
Actually, they've won twice. They won in the League Cup against Arsenal, go to the final, and then won in the FA Cup to move to the fifth round. Unlike they didn't do in Liverpool, win one and then lost the other one. They did progress in both cups.
That's good. That's good. Wolves to Aston Villa 0. Another Wolves, they were doing poorly, and then they got a new coach now. They're beating Aston Villa at home. Good results there. Brentford 0, Spurs 2. So after I don't know how many games, they finally won their first game in a while. Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think.
But again, yeah, but again, after since winning that game, they have been eliminated in both cups. Lost the semi. In 1 week, they are complaining like crazy. If you listen to X's page right now, all you hear is complain. Sack and let him go. All these things.
I feel for them, to be honest, but I wish I can get a win in the league, which is something we haven't been able to do. ManU this season back to back. It's never been that. So yeah. ManU 0, Crystal Palace 2. What else is new? Arsenal 5, Man City 1. I think that's the game of the week for me. That was the big game, and Arsenal just manhandled Man City. To be honest, and you can see this is the changing of the guard in a way. Even though Arsenal haven't won anything, but in previous years where we've been watching most of these, like this fixture mostly, is regardless of how Man City, how bad or they're on form or not on form, you can see the difference in class and performance. And this time around, like for the first time, you can watch it and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, Arsenal are better than Man City right now. And it's just what it is, But it was a good game to watch, honestly. A lot of controversy with the stay humble and
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching. I was like, this is entertaining. If you're not in, if you don't have any dog in the fight, probably just relax and enjoy the fireworks. And then Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. Chelsea 2, they've been struggling, even though they won this game. But in the cups, I think they're also they're out of one, right?
They're out of both. Yeah, out of both. They've been out of the League Cup for a while, and they got eliminated in the FA Cup by Brighton this midweek. This weekend, rather.
Yeah, so that's the rundown. It kind of seems like a while since we had these games, even though
it's been a while, and the game week is still ongoing. So
one more game left.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was your game week so far, basically? Since it's still
let me just present my screen. I forgot to do that. Let me give you a second. Yeah, right there. My game week is not bad, I would say, but it's not great because the points are good. I would say if I get this kind of points every week, I will not complain. But it seems everybody is having this kind of points this week, right? These huge points.
Yep.
So because I think every FPL manager play the chip. Either you play the assistant manager chip, and you did it. And if you put it on slot, you are still on 10 points. If you put it on Moist, you are on 12 points and still with one game to go. So, and then the triple captain, of course, everybody who triple captain was on Salah. So it means like almost everyone was having a game week. Anyone who played the chip this particular game week had a decent game week. That's how I would say. So yeah, I'm on 86 points, triple captain on Salah. I missed the news, like I told you earlier. I missed the news that there was this double game week or Liverpool. There's the potential of the Liverpool and the likes of Tottenham and the likes of the other team who was Arsenal to get a double game week after double game week 24. So that meant that the assistant manager chip was the best chip to play. But I had of course, I should have get this news. Maybe in yesteryears of FPL, I would have get this news definitely because I never miss anything.
Focused on the game.
Yeah. But yeah, I missed this one, and it kind of annoys me a little bit missing this kind of news because they can make a huge difference. Despite the fact that I have Salah triple captain, he delivered bigly. He delivered well, rather. He delivered big, rather. I'm happy with those points, but still, I would have preferred to play the assistant manager chip because it was the best chip to play this week, in my opinion. But nonetheless, yeah, in goal I had Sanchez, who has lost his place apparently. He did not play, so Martinez will come in for him. So I have another extra 2 points to add to my 86 points, at least guaranteed. In defense, I had Hall, Trent, and Mikalenko. Both Trent and Mikalenko had the clean sheet, but Trent left the pitch injured, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel very unlikely that I feel like he will not play the Everton game, even though it was a matter of days his injury. But in my little assessment, I think he will play. He will not play that game because yesterday when Liverpool played in the FA Cup, Bradley was not even in the squad. He was rested completely. So it means like he is in line to start. Yeah, so he's in line to start against Everton. So I'm not expecting Trent. And then in midfield, I had Salah, Foden, Palmer, and Ahmad. Yeah, Salah, of course, the triple captain, Foden 2 points, Palmer 6. He got the assist for the goal. I think it was the own goal. And then up top, Isaac, Gakpo, and Iliman Jai. Jai coming good.
That was a good shout. Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah. But I got rid of Zao Pedro for him, and I had not regretted seeing him score in the final minute. Yeah, that's it. 86 points for now. 86 points for now, right? 86 plus those two, 88 points for now. But with Salah, Gakpo, and of course the two Everton players, that is Ndiaye and Mikalenko, plus a very, very unlikely Trent Alexander-Arnold to go. So how was your game week?
Not bad. Let's see. Mine not bad, to be honest, but I wish I had played the what do you call the assistant manager on slot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I can't. I already made the move to bring in Diaz and Gakpo.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no way I could have. I was like, you know what, or else I'll have to go back and take a minus, which doesn't make any sense. Because when I found out that Liverpool have a double game, I was like, man, that would have been nice to have slot. Like it's like almost what 2 games, and then probably transfer to somebody else. That's like almost 5 games fixed. So
5 games, that was good.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I guess it's fine. But we'll talk about that when we get to the other to the preview section. Maybe I might still do that move now. But yeah, my gaming as it stands, 79 points. Pickford did well, obviously, with his 9 points. Newcastle, obviously, Hall didn't do well. Gabriel with 2 points. Robinson with 4. I think he got an assist. Palmer, Chelsea are looking really suspect right now, and Palmer seems to be probably doing okay, but he hasn't been the Palmer that we know of from last season. Even Chelsea as a whole. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's just like there's no sure replacement, or it's like, okay, this is the guy to replace him, like for like. But right now you can't get that at this point, so you might as well just stay for now. Luis Diaz 3 points, Momo with 2, Captain Salah 32, Rogers with 1, Isak with 2, and then Gakpo with 5. So all the single game week players didn't really do too well, apart from Palmer and who else. I think that's it. It's all the double game week players. Even though they have only played 1 game with 1 game pending, they still did well, much better than the other players. So, and Moyes with 12 points basically. So that's it. You can see my bench how sparse the points are. Pedro with 1 point, Oudvaas 0, and then Vandenberg with 1. I need to get rid of João Pedro if I can, man, as soon as possible, because the more I see him, the more it annoys me.
I know.
Like Brighton are just so awful, man. Like, and he doesn't even get he doesn't get the points, even though they do well, they don't do well. He doesn't seem to be among the points so far.
He kind of have his spells, like he has 2 or 3 games, and then he do something good, and everybody jump to him, and then all of a sudden he's gone silent,
missing for a while. Yeah, I don't know, something is off, but it's just because of his price point. That's the reason why. But if he was, if I could get somebody else like a Mateta or something, and I have the funds for it, it would have been such an easy move to do. It's because you have to make a few moves there, try to, generate some funds before you make the move. That's why. But yeah. So skipping the mini league, we just jump to the fan corner. Liverpool, what's been happening? It seems like a lot has happened between.
Yeah, a lot has happened. Mixed feelings, I would say. Of course, people were talking about Liverpool going for all 4 cups. I know that is very difficult to do. It's always nice to be in all 4 cups at any stage of the season, especially when you are approaching the second half of the season and you still have a chance to win all 4 trophies. It's always really, really nice. Yeah, last season I think we were in the same situation until we capitulated in the end. And I think a couple of seasons ago too, likewise, it was similar that way. Yeah, this it was getting to that level, and people started talking Liverpool quadruple, blah, 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 blah. Of course, even though I did not believe that we're gonna get there. But to get eliminated in the FA Cup in the manner we did is very difficult to take, I would say. I think if you look at since we last recorded, we played Bournemouth, we won 2-0. Very good performance. That was a top performance from the boys. Then we played against Tottenham, like I said in the group. If we get eliminated against Tottenham in the League Cup, like knowing what we can do at Anfield and how Tottenham we are struggling in injuries and that, I would have been really disappointed. And they put in a like wonderful performance. I watched that game, one of the best performances I saw this season from Liverpool. Even though Tottenham were dejected, they were really bad. But Liverpool were really, really good on that day. Tottenham could not even have one shot on target on the Liverpool goal. Kela was in goals. Yeah. And then we played against Plymouth, the team that are sitting currently bottom of the championship. We played them in the FA Cup, and then of course we would expect the coach to string changes, to make a lot of changes in the team, and he made
everybody. There's no starter in the when I saw that,
they are started. I would say Diaz is somebody who usually start the games. Jota, he's coming back from his injury. When he was fit, he was a starter. He started that game. Other than that, maybe Simakas, who is kind of very close with Robertson at that left back, Konsa, and then the goalkeeper, of course, Kelleher is second choice to Alisson. So we are always happy to have, and we are always comfortable to have him in goal. So I think the team was quite decent. There were a lot of senior players in that team for Liverpool to get a result, and I think that is how Arne Slot saw it. He thought that this was enough, and of course James, what's his name, Gomez got early injury, and then it was so disappointing for him again. He got injured and he had to leave the pitch, and then Liverpool did not have any senior players on the bench. I think that was something that Arne Slot will regret. In that situation,
have the senior players
at least
in case he needs them. Yeah,
in case you need them, have the senior players on the bench in case you need them. For example, Curtis Jones was on the bench, but he was not fit. That's what he said in his press conference later. But a player like McAllister, I look at their minutes over the last few games. McAllister did not start against Spurs, and then in the Champions League last week against PSV, he did not play at all. So there was no reason to rest him for this particular year. I know Liverpool have double, like we're gonna have double, just like we were saying. You wish you put Slot the Astamaya because you have double. There's a lot of fixtures coming and the Champions League, so we don't have that rest where we're supposed to have for the Champions League. That break where the two teams will play there. The Champions League knockout teams will play their playoffs, like the Real Madrid, the Manchester Cities. So we don't have that rest. We're gonna play Premier League games in those slots. So I understand from Slot's point of view that I need to rest my players for those games to come in.
But not.
But I think, I think exactly. I think he went to the extreme.
Have momentum. You can listen a few games or one game, but they still need to have that to play at least in between.
Exactly. And there are some players, like I say, exactly. That's why even the Bradley one, I could point at it when we were talking about Trent. Bradley was not in the squad at all. So Bradley has not been has not been playing a lot. Trent has been playing almost every time. Trent just got injured against Bournemouth. So Bradley came on against Bournemouth and then played against Tottenham. So what was the reason for resting Bradley altogether? And of course, he said Trent is going to be back within days, not within weeks. So it is a possibility he can even be back against Everton. But because he completely rested Bradley, that's why I think Trent is not going to come. But I think he went too extreme in the fact that he
win this no matter what.
Yeah, he thought he could win this team because I think he kind of underestimated the team. He did not give the team the respect they deserve. I think this is the basic thing. Like he thought,
that's the magic of the FA Cup. Like if you
exactly
of FA Cup,
exactly,
it happens all the time. Yeah,
it happens all the time.
Yeah.
So the only positive I can take from that win from that defeat is we did not get defeated by last season we lost the FA Cup against Manchester United. That still haunts me. And Man United went on to win the FA Cup. So I would rather lose against these teams and then make their day. Make them I'm sure this week will be the best week.
They will never forget.
Yeah, exactly. But still, I'm very disappointed in the manner we did not give the respect to this cup. And even I feel we give more respect to the League Cup than the FA Cup this season, which is very disappointing. And I feel the FA Cup
is the oldest cup in the world, right?
Exactly. I feel the FA Cup should be given more respect.
Yeah.
But But then the coach, I'm sure, hopefully he will learn from it. Of course, as a coach, he will say, "I do it for the better of the team in the future." But of course, if he goes inside his office, he will say, "I did not give this team the respect they deserve." He
Yeah.
himself alone sitting, honest to himself, he will tell. He will say that. He will not say that in the media, of course. So I'm disappointed, but mixed feeling. I was so happy when we qualified for the final of the League Cup as well. I was so happy with it. I'm happy with the team that he played. Rested, I think one or two players he rested on that day. So those players I would have expected to see them play. A player like Darwin, you know, he can play back to back, especially not getting a lot of minutes this season. So
Yes, that
yeah,
was his
he just
chance.
went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always about balancing act. I feel. I think today's balance was this game's balance was not right. He could have gone a little bit more with some first team players, even to the point of getting them on the bench. Manchester City, they were struggling. Kevin De Bruyne came off the bench, and Kevin De Bruyne with them the game. You
Yeah.
know, if they did not need him, Kevin De Bruyne and Foden, they came off the bench, and then they won them the game. They are going to play in the Champions League, head to head, back to back games against Real Madrid. You know, home and away. But you know, at least you had those players on the bench when you needed them,
That
when
knows.
they were
That
losing.
has learned. He learned the hard way
Ex-
too.
ex- exactly. So exactly. Of course, hopefully, Arne Slot will learn from it. But I'm
Yeah.
disappointed to
It's
be
a
out. To
lesson.
be honest, it's a
It's
lesson.
a
Yeah.
lesson.
How about United? You guys progressed to the fifth round of the FA
Oh
Cup. So
man,
defending champions.
don't read too much into it. It was a boring game. Like that's the general consensus when it comes to Man U fans that Leicester, we played Leicester. We've beaten them 3 times now this season. Like,
Hmm.
right, but before it was twice. It was pretty comfortable. It was, you can say, one of our best performances before.
Hmm.
I don't mean when we beat them. Even Rude before he even switch to Leicester, he actually beat them. But this
Yeah.
game, we got a chance to see our only signing in the window, Patrick Dogu. You know,
Hmm.
the main talking point was that he's a multi-talented player. Basically, he can play left back, left wing back, right wing back, and I think the flanks too, left wing, right
Hmm.
wing. So the main thing was we signed him because we didn't like Tello playing at left wing back. That was basically it. Tello
Hmm.
has been horrible as a left wing back. It's not something that he can play there, but the job of a left wing back, he doesn't do that. He doesn't give us an attacking outlet because if you look at Amorim's system, the wing backs are really important to how he plays. So if you don't
Hmm.
have wing backs, you're basically playing 5 defenders because you have the three
Hmm.
defenders, right? And then you have the wing backs. So in our case now, we are playing defenders instead of actually attackers. That's our problem. And we don't. And if you play defenders, obviously you're not going to attack as much. There's no creativity. There's nothing. So we are tired of seeing Dalot at the left wing back. We finally signed a left wing back, the only signing of the of the window. And then guess where the manager plays him?
Right wing back. Yeah,
Right?
I saw that.
It's like, what is it? Like, the first thing I was like, okay, when was the funny thing was when you saw that training, I was like, oh yeah, finally Dalot is not going to play. Okay, you saw the team sheet. Okay, fine. Okay, Dalot is there. Okay, where is he going to play? When you saw the formation, wondering out. Nah, you saw the formation and you saw Patrick, the new signing at wing right. You said, nah, this is not possible. Maybe it's just a mistake. These teams don't. These people that are putting out these things don't know that. Oh, maybe he's going to play this thing. So okay, the training people are reporting. Oh, he seems like he's training in the right wing back. Okay. People say don't believe that that's going to happen. Game starts and he's a right wing back. So you're wondering what's going on because Ahmad can play right wing back. That's where he does his best work because he has the space to attack the final third. You understand?
Hmm.
And then give us that outlet. So if you bring somebody else as left wing back, who's also a natural left wing back, he can create. So you actually have two channels of creation going into that final third, which is going to create for us at least a striker who's really struggling right now. He can't the simple basics he can't do. He's
Hmm.
been on a downward trajectory, like confidence, ability is now even down the drain right now. So we are struggling for goals. And if you don't score, you don't win. So
Hmm.
like I kind of feel like the coach is trying to he knows what he wants to do with the team. He knows where the deficiencies of the team are. The team can't play his football. But try to make things basic so that your players can actually do the bare minimum. Make it easy for them. You don't make it more difficult by getting a left wing back and then all of a sudden you are changing your own tactics. Like we are wondering what is going on because you have been crying that this is what you want. You got it. Now you're not playing what you're supposed to play. So Leicester, that is like I don't know, top bottom three, was actually playing football more than Manchester United. People they're watching like it was so frustrating. They will just get the ball, man. You get the ball. Dalo will get the ball, go all the way to the point, the halfway point, come back, pass back to the defenders, and then he will go this way again. It's like, what kind of football is this? It's like every time you watch them, instead of them they had the chance to practice and improve, and then they play, and then you're wondering whether they even trained at all. It's like the couriers are even confused; they don't know what they're supposed to do. It's like something is off. Bruno is playing in midfield, and like this, I'm talking about the cup game against. This is the last game that we played.
Leicester. Yeah.
I'm not even talking about the Crystal Palace game. That's a whole different game on its own. That's like worse they beat us. Seriously, even though they just came and sat back, which is Manchester's main problem, how to break low block teams. Crystal Palace know that we are better at playing football now. We actually pass the ball really well, but we're not going to create chances. They just sat back. When they had their chance, they just attacked us counter. It's simple. And right now, we are going to struggle because Martinez, who was one of the players that was really like breaking the lines from his passing. He's really good at passing, so he was like taking up the responsibility, for creating. He had a couple of assists, he even scored some goals, saved us a couple of times. And now he's out with another, I think it's ACL or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he'll be out for a year.
Season ending, so that's it. And this is like the second or third time he's had these kind of long-term injuries. And it's just a shame. The team is struggling, and now we have to worry about something else. Our two strikers are not doing well. We don't know what to do. Basically, you put one, he starts, does poorly. The other one comes in, you think he does better, and next thing you know, basically we are struggling. It's like it's not a nice position to be in as a ManU fan. We just hope that we finish in a mid-table. If I finish even ninth, I'll be happy because at least it's not bottom half of the table right now. That's me being realistic, because it's going to take a lot of player transfers. We need to get in a lot more players that fit the system this coach is trying to play, but not system per se, but we need to get more technical and physical players. That is what this team is lacking. It's shocking that we've been having all these coaches, but it's only now that when somebody else comes that you're realizing, man, our players are really terrible. We don't have good players. It's like it seems like we slept and woke up, and then we just have these players all of a sudden, like players that can't really suit any manager that comes in. It's a bit weird, and Ten Hag has some blood on his hands, basically. So yeah, we are struggling, and we are playing Spurs. We are playing Spurs this weekend. Both of us are struggling.
Interesting game, huh?
15, so it's like a mod derby, the derby of mod, whatever you want to call it.
It's very interesting. Spurs really want their manager out now. Yeah, they have had a terrible time. Then followed by back-to-back knockout cup exits.
And remember what he said? I always win a cup in my second season. So this is now. Okay, there's one more.
Maybe the Europa.
They have the Europa to go. So that's one more. So that's his only chance right now. He's not winning the league. So,
if he's still there to play the final,
I think he will, because you can't really find any other. Which manager are you going to get mid-season or at this time?
They are thinking about Ten Hag and what is he got one name?
They shouldn't go.
Deserve
maybe they shouldn't even try Ten Hag. That would be just disastrous. Honestly, can't do that. Yeah. So that's the fun corner. I mean, obviously, I would like to be in your position. Like, come on, like have one foot in the league, and then basically out of just one cup, and you're in the rest, you're in the final of one. I mean, come on, can't even compare the two, So
yeah, definitely. That's why we don't complain too much. But yeah, just small disappointment. Yeah. But there's still a long way to go, though. And
long way to go. And
this weekend, tomorrow's game, I know it's going to be very difficult for Liverpool because Everton, they are in good form. So,
and it's their last game at their old stadium, basically. So this is
exactly. It's the last game at Goodison Park. So I think they will turn up for it. They will want to get at least something there. At least they can say, okay, when you last came to Goodison, we beat you guys. They want that. They want to have that along.
Well, I think the quality, you guys are just too much. Unless Moyes does a Moyes and does a masterclass. So you never know.
You never know.
On to our next segment, double game week 25. So 2 teams double, your team and Aston Villa, right? Basically.
Yes, Aston Villa and Liverpool double.
Aston Villa and Liverpool
Uh,
double. So yeah.
Aston Villa have a good double though. Liverpool home, they have two home games because the other one is Ipswich at home, and Liverpool have the home game against Wolves and then the away game against Aston Villa. So they are not. I think both the doubles are good, but Aston Villa now they are they are looking like an exciting team. They are looking like an exciting team,
Yeah,
aren't
with
they?
the signings that they have, yeah, with the signings, but they are they're kind of unpredictable. I don't expect them to beat you guys. They're not on
Hmm.
that type of form of last season where they were like getting all these top results against the big sides. Now they're very inconsistent, I can say, but you never know. You never
Yeah,
know.
you
Two
never
home
know.
games, one against Ipswich, which I think they will win,
Hmm.
comfortably, and then the one against you guys, even though it's at home, I don't know. That's just honestly.
Yeah.
Um, Liverpool, you guys play obviously Aston Villa, and then you play Wolves. Wolves is an easy game, should be winnable because it's at home for you guys, and then Aston
Hmm.
Villa. So I'd rather Liverpool players than Aston Villa players. So let's go to Aston Villa and see what kind of players that
We got.
we can consider basically having in this double game week.
Hmm. Yeah, Villa. Interesting. I would see. Up top. Of course, I think Rogers is quite common in FPL teams. I don't know if
Yeah,
you still have him in your team. You still have
I
him,
still have
right?
him. Yeah, I still have him in my team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like I haven't had him all season. He was somebody that I really wanted earlier in the season, but I never really had the opportunity to get him. And
Mm.
it just roll and roll and roll, and I never really get him. But yeah, there's a possibility I might get him this week. So I'm gonna bring in one Aston Villa player. That's what I planned. But I think he is a very very strong FPL option. He's been starting almost every other game in the
He's
Champions
doing
League, in the
well too.
league,
Yeah,
and he's doing
doing
well.
well.
So
Yep.
yeah, very consistent performer, very consistent FPL performer. But of course, if you have players like Rashford next to him, if you have players like Asensio or Bailey coming in, you have players like Watkins there around him. People will tend to lean towards those players. But with the consistency that he have, I think he's up there for me as the one of the players to get from Aston Villa for this double game week and for going forward as well. But yeah, Rashford coming in is interesting one. He did not start the cup game against Spurs. He came off the bench and played about 30 minutes in that one. So maybe he's not ready to start yet. So if you are getting him for the double game week, you might get disappointed with minutes in the end. Watkins definitely. I think he played the cup, right? Didn't he?
No, Marlon was the one that started.
Mayan was the one who started up top,
Yeah,
so we
Marlon,
don't
yeah,
know. We do
not
exactly.
Marlon.
So that means we don't know what
Is
happened
he
with
injured? I
Watkins.
think Watkins might
Yeah,
be injured, right?
he was
He's
flagged.
not
Yeah, he was
yeah,
flagged.
I think he's flagged. So he might be
So
recovering or yeah.
yeah, it's been a long time though, like we say. So maybe he has recovered. If you check the press conference from the coaches ahead of that game, and then you have confidence that he's gonna start, I think he's a very good option to have. Defensively, too, Konsa was out. He played Konsa. He started in the cup, but he left early. So if you are thinking to go there for their defensive options, then I think you should think
They
twice.
have some injuries
Um,
though. I think they have some injuries. The midfielder,
yeah,
what's his name again? I forgot the midfield's name. Kamara, he was the one that played in defense with
yeah, you
somebody
see,
else. I forgot
because
who
Minx
else.
is out too. Minx
Yeah.
is out.
I think he's
Minx
out
is
for the
out.
season. I think I'm not
Yeah, and
sure,
then they
but
have they brought in Disasi. Maybe Disasi was cup
this
tied. I
guy's
think
maybe yeah. He's 4.5 though. So
he was cup tied. He was
oh
cup tied because he
tied.
played.
Okay,
He played for Chelsea in the fourth round of the FA Cup, so he cannot play
he can
for.
play in the league. Yeah, he can, but he
Yeah,
can
he can
play in the
play.
league. Yeah,
He can play in the league. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's a good one to
Dean,
consider. Yeah.
Lucas Digne too is a good option. He starts there left back, but they are like you look at him and you say this is the attacking fullback you want in your FPL team, but he has not really delivered this season because I have been almost all season. But if you look at him as with his head set piece taking, his crossing ability, you will say, okay, he's the defender to have, but he has not really delivered. So yeah, for me, Rogers is somebody that like if I was gonna have one player from Aston Villa, I think Rogers will be up there as one of those options. What? How about you?
I
What do you think?
mean, yeah, I was listening to what's it called FPL. I forgot his name. I just drew a blank here.
Andy,
And there's Andy and
Leicester?
the other guy,
No,
the guy with the glasses. I'm so tired. I've
Mark,
forgotten his name. Who?
Mark, Mark Stewart.
No, no. Raptor, FPL Raptor. Sorry.
Oh, laptop. Ross.
Yeah. He brought up a good point that you don't want to get too many Aston Villa players because they blank in 29, right?
Hmm.
They have a double
Yes, they
agenda.
do. Both them and Liverpool, they belong in
And their
29. Yeah.
fixtures, if you look at their fixtures, the fixtures are not the best because they let me just see. Let me see. Okay, they play Ipswich, Liverpool, and then they have Chelsea, and they have Crystal Palace,
Yeah.
and then Brentford, and they're blank.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then they have Brighton, then Nottingham Forest, and then they have Southampton. So like the fixture they run is not the best at all, given their form, and then they in multiple they in Champions League too. So yeah, I think having Rodgers, if you want, you can probably bring in two of their best players there in 25, obviously this week, and then
Yeah.
try to get one out before they blank. Or maybe if you
Yeah.
just plan to have a use your what do you call it again, free
Free
hit
hit.
in 29. But yeah, I wouldn't want to bring and then have an issue trying to get the second one out. Rodgers for me is a mainstay because of his price. That's the only reason why he's in my team, and I don't want to get rid of him because the price is good and he plays consistently. He's
Yeah.
been
There's no reason to sell. Yeah.
so no reason to sell. So yeah, at least that's Aston Villa for us. There's a lot of new players, so we don't know how the team is going to look. Who's
Asensio,
going
yeah.
to be starting? Like
Marlon.
yeah, there's a lot of unknowns basically. But I like the team, honestly.
Mhm.
But we'll see. Liverpool, obviously, everybody has Salah.
Mhm.
Almost everybody has Gakpo from double game week 24. Still to
Yeah.
be concluded. So maybe you have to look at obviously people have Trent too. So the only
Yeah.
other option maybe I would think is maybe Diaz. I have Diaz, so I think it's probably going to be my team. But yeah. So basically, if you are tripled up on Liverpool, I don't think you have any issues there. You have the best three Liverpool players. You keep on having the best three Liverpool players. So that's a non-competition anyways, because everybody knows what they need to do when it comes to Liverpool. But yeah. So yeah, I think that's the only thing. Any single game week that we think is worth looking at or mentioning, just in case.
The single game weekends. The game week, by the way, is Friday deadline because of Brighton Chelsea. It's gonna be Friday night. So yeah, the fixtures. If you look at them, like I think those teams that will in Liverpool and Aston Villa are the ones with the solid fixtures. All the other teams, because
It's tough.
Crystal Palace is
Yeah,
tough.
it's
Crystal
tough.
Palace Everton is not an easy game, right? Bournemouth,
Yeah.
they are going away to Southampton, and it's a derby, by the way. That's a derby game, so it's
Also,
not going to be easy.
it looks easy, but it might not be as
Yeah,
easy as you think. Even though Southampton is
and,
good, but
and Southampton will not even let Bournemouth have it that easy on them. Even though Bournemouth are doing really well against the big
yeah,
teams and that,
yeah,
but when they go
yeah.
to their, these teams, it's
It's a
not going to be
Liverpool team.
easy. Yeah, exactly. Fulham, Aston, Nottingham Forest, it's not going to be easy. Fulham at home is very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the fixtures are very, very tricky this week. So it's only the double game weekends that really have the good fixtures. If you look at it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, we don't know where the points are going to come from. Brighton and Chelsea play again for the second time in probably a week.
Yeah.
So we'll see whether they get to redeem themselves this time around, Chelsea players. So that's a funny one. But yeah, I think like you said, it's going to be difficult to find out like where the points are going to come from. But yeah, Leicester Arsenal, that might be a good one. But obviously, people apart from which Arsenal player is popular apart from Gabriel right now? Another Saka is out.
I don't have any Arsenal player.
Nobody knows where the points are going to
Yeah,
come. Maybe Kai
maybe
Havertz.
maybe Raya.
Raya, yeah, Kai Havertz, Raya, Gabriel,
Yeah,
Saliba. That's it. The rest, honestly, I don't know.
but that's a good thing for them though.
Spread the
They
points
are not
around.
popular in the field. Yeah, they are not popular in the field, but they are still doing well, right? As a team.
Yeah.
And they still
That's
winning
good.
games, so
That's
that's a good thing. Despite their injuries, they are still hanging there. They are still not letting that gap get wider with Liverpool.
Yeah.
So
They have to.
it's good.
They don't have the option. You guys, if you guys play and win against Everton, you guys are 9 points ahead of them, and you have another double game week again. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
they have to
They will have, yeah. They have to
they
keep
don't
up.
have
Yeah,
a
they
choice.
have
They
to keep
have to
up.
keep up. Yeah, so
They have to
it's not
win. They
like
have to win.
it's not like they can afford to. It's not their choice. You have to show
Yeah.
up. But yeah, so you want to share your
Yeah,
team
sure.
stance for
Hmm. I've not really made any changes yet, but of course I have a few transfers in my pocket. Where is my anyways, never mind. Sorry about that. Because you cannot see that. I think I have three transfers,
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 transfers. Yeah. So I have Martinez. Martinez, I brought him in last week, a couple of weeks ago, actually, a couple of game weeks ago, not weeks, because yeah. Dinia, who I have almost all season, and he's still in my team surviving. Finally, Pedro Porro is no more to be found. He's nowhere to be found in my team anymore. So I brought in Mikalenko for him, and Mikalenko has given me a clean sheet in the first time, in first game that he played. So Dinia, Trent, and Mikalenko are in my defense for now. Trent, it depends on what I hear and what happens this midweek. Then maybe I will make a decision on that one because I don't want to carry a double game weaker who's not really gonna give you the double. In midfield, I have Salah, Foden, Palmer, and Ahmad. Salah captain, Isaac, Gakpo, and Njai up top. So what I'm thinking is I can bring in an Aston Villa attacker. It is possible, even though what you said is very, very right about their fixtures are not good. But I think in game week 29, I'm more likely to play my free hit because I'm gonna
Yeah,
have three
that's
Liverpool
the case.
players,
Then yeah, that's fine.
and I already have 2 Aston Villa players in my team. So game week 29 is not far off. We are talking about game week 25. So game week 25, 6, 7, 8, 3 game weeks. You can take out some players, but maybe you might not be able to take out all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm likely to play the free hit there. If that is the case, then I don't mind bringing in third Aston Villa player and getting the benefit of the double game week. And then when that comes, I can just sell them, or when the free hit comes, I can put them on my bench for the subsequent game weeks. Because eventually their fixtures will turn. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah, what's your thought? What's your thought on my team? Anything to change there?
I mean,
Maybe
it looks
maybe Minte will come in.
Martinez.
Maybe Minte will come in for Ahmad. I will not start Ahmad against Tottenham away over Minte. Maybe.
I mean, you need to understand that Tottenham is really bad, and Ahmad is after I mean,
but yeah, that's true too.
you have the best player in one team, and you have playing against a nonsense team. So it's just been these two terrible teams, and you have the best player in one of the teams that's terrible too. So I mean, it cannot hurt at this point. Chelsea,
Mhm,
Brighton at home. I mean, it's a difficult fixture, but yeah, Minte can do well. Um,
mhm,
but I expect Chelsea to get a reaction, basically get a reaction from Chelsea because they lost and they're out of the cup, and they're going to make
mhm.
sure that they show up for this game. So it might be a bit more difficult game than we think it is. Might be a tighter game. I don't see many goals in this game, but it might be. You never know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly.
I think you have Martinez is good to have. Salah and then Gakpo, and then you have who else? You have Dean. So that's good. You have like what 1, 2, 3, 4,
Five.
five, five double weak players in your team, apart
Mhm.
from Trent. So maybe just keep an eye and see if Trent is gonna play or not. If not, maybe you get somebody else in there. I don't know
Yeah,
who.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, who will come in.
Maybe if Tere is not playing, I can do the assistant manager chip and then
Mhm.
bring in slot,
Yeah,
sell
that's
train
a good
for
idea.
another defender.
That's a
Yeah,
good idea. Yeah. You have the transfers anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. Yeah, looks like a
exactly.
good team.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mine, as you can see, the assistant manager chip is still on,
it's
and
active.
it's still active. I still have 2 more game weeks to go. So my plan, I have one transfer. I played 4 transfers last game to try to get
Mhm,
the double players, double game
mhm,
week players. So now I have one transfer. So you can see my predicament right now. Already have 3 Liverpool, and even though I have to Liverpool, obviously I'll feel more confident if I get slot in my
mhm,
assistant manager. Of course, obviously now I have to use a transfer to get to another manager, so that's one transfer out. Then I have to take a -4 to probably get somebody else instead of in the place of Luis Diaz, who's the one that's likely to leave out of Liverpool.
mhm,
Liverpool players or assistant manager. So yeah, that's the
mhm.
play for me this week. I'm thinking about it. So who
Yeah.
comes in? There's Clivert. There are other players that can fit into this. Can come in for Luis Diaz. People like any player that has like a good fixture. I'm thinking Clive is #1 pick right now, but it might be others too to come in, so you never know. So Pickford, Van den Berg. I don't know why he's there, but I don't know. I don't think that I have any other option. Luis Hall against Man City away. I mean, Man City is not the best right now, but still, it's not a good fixture that I feel confident in starting Newcastle defender anyways in this fixture. No. Gabriel and then Robertson, Palmer, whatever, who's coming in for Diaz, most likely Kluivert, and then Bomo, Salah, Rogers, and then Isak, and then Gakpo, and then you have Slot in assistant manager. So yeah, keeping it simple. So after this, I'll try and see if I can get Gakpo out. Obviously,
Diaz.
No. For this week, Diaz is going to go out, but then after maybe
okay.
Try to get rid of Gakpo and bring in somebody else who's going to be like a mainstay striker. I'm
looking at proper striker like Chris Wood. He's still there. Chris Wood is still there. He's still delivering.
For me to get Wood, man, like it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right.
Well, he's delivering. He's racing for the golden boot. By the way, he's 17, I think now.
I know. You never know. I might just get him in and let's call it a day and just forget about it. I don't want to be thinking about all these decisions anymore. I just want to have like less transfers to make, because we're getting to that point where things are gonna be having double games, blank game mix here and there. So you want to make us like very few transfers as possible and keep one, have one or two at the bank just in case something happens. You never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the team for me. Obviously, Captain Salah. I don't think we need to discuss that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my take on your team. A little bit. Yeah. I think you say slot. You might want to comment. Like, why are you not thinking about the Aston Villa coach?
Because I don't have confidence in the fact that you guys are gonna win. That's my thinking. They might surprise you at home, but the form that they're in right now, I don't feel confident that they can get a result against you guys.
Yeah, but okay. Let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. The same thing you did with Moyes. I think Moyes had a very good fixture, right? In the first game week. Which team did he beat 4-0 again? Remind me. Who did he beat 4-0? Is it not Brighton? Like I nowadays I forget so quickly. But anyways, let's forget. They win their double game week, the first leg 4-0, and then they play Liverpool. They play Liverpool at home basically for the second leg. And then Aston Villa is five positions behind Liverpool at least, the same as Everton. So okay, like Everton, he played Ipswich first game. If he wins against Ipswich, which you more than believe that he will win against Ipswich, then that is a 10-pointer. Or something. If let's say they win 2-0, that is a 10-pointer, right? That's a 10-pointer with the 6 points for the win, 2 points for the goals, and maybe 2 points for the clean sheet. That is a 10-pointer from Unai Emery. Then Aston Villa is 5 positions behind Liverpool. If they draw that game, that is 6 points automatic. If they draw at home against Liverpool, it's 6 points automatic. If they win against Liverpool, it's 10 points bonus point. So there is a lot to get from him. The ceiling is much higher. It's much higher than Arne Slot. Arne Slot can win against Wolves, fine. He get 10 points.
Then
he win against Aston Villa. Let's say Liverpool win against Aston Villa 1-0 or 2-1 or whatever it is. That is just about. So if they win Aston Villa 1-0, that is 6 points plus the 1 goal plus the clean sheet. That is 8 points. That's just 8 points. If Liverpool win 1-0 at Aston Villa, it's 8 points. If Aston Villa win 1-0 against Liverpool, that is 10 plus 16 points, plus the clean sheet 17, plus another goal point, 18 points from Unai Emery. And it's not beyond the realms of reality that Aston Villa at home is Liverpool.
Definitely.
So if I was in your position, I wouldn't even think about Slot. And also, don't forget, you have to take out a Liverpool double game week player to bring in Slot.
That's the problem.
There's a lot of things you have to do. So I think the series, I don't think even you need to.
I thought about it when I was watching. I was like, man, watching Aston Villa. I was like, because I was watching. That's the reason why I watched Aston Villa against. Who did they even play in the cup?
Yeah,
I watched some of the game. I didn't watch the whole game. I watched some of the games.
Against Tottenham, they not eliminated Tottenham in the cup.
I don't know if if this team though feels with confidence. But I think you're right. It's just to play the highest upside right now. So Aston Villa, they do have the highest upside.
And another thing, you might not even need a hit to do that one, right?
Yeah.
Because how much money do you have in your bank?
I have enough.
You have enough. Then
I can definitely.
Exactly. You don't need a hit like the Liverpool one. So it's a straightforward deal.
Yeah, I think it's that's a.
And then the other thing too, you have to remember, even if you keep him after that game week, don't forget my assistant manager is just 3 game weeks. So even if it don't have to reach the double game week 29, where they have a blank or the blank game week 29.
Somebody else.
So he will be exactly he will be gone. He will be gone. Exactly. That's the other thing. Yeah. So he don't take an Aston Villa spot. He don't take a spot. Exactly.
It's gonna be in 26. It's gonna be somebody else. I don't know who's gonna have the easy.
That's
gonna be the last one that I transfer to. So yeah.
I think if you get a good points from double game week 25 from an Aston Villa manager, game week 26 you can freestyle and then give it to a coach. Just like that's ranking tier, like the bonus point system. If you are a gambler like myself, I will go for a team that is like Everton. They are in the 17 or something. I see who are Everton playing in game week. That game week, who is it? Yeah, then you gamble on that one. Understand? Just to get that table bonus point. The table bonus is very like 10 and 12, 10 and 6 for 10 for a win, 6 for a draw. It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I didn't think much of this assistant manager chip, but it's kind of fun in a way. It's kind of fun. Yeah, Yeah. So, I think there's something you gave me some. I thought about it, but then when I actually looked deep, I was like, man, I don't think Aston Villa is going to win. But then that's a good point. Like the upside is higher when Aston Villa is the one that actually wins or gets the result against Liverpool. So yeah, that's good, man. That's good. That's good pointing that out. So we've come to the end of the pod. Anything we forgot to address or mention or talk about? I think we covered a lot. Right? So,
I think we covered everything. We for the game week at least.
At least. So that's good. So I've come to the end of the pod. Thank you guys for supporting the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. Please check out our home. YouTube, Jola Football Bantaba, some content coming up there. Chama is working on some special stuff, so please keep checking and you get the notification when you see some really cool stuff coming up there. So
definitely.
All right, guys. Catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.